All right, so guys, today we're going to start. I'm going to do about a 30-minute workout. So let's get started. First things first. Going to pull the kettle bar over, pull off base plate, pull out both pins, slide it through, locate the top hole, throw in your clevis pin. I like to run at 3.5 holes for that height. Let me get that back in there. And there we go. And so let's get it started. All right, so here we go. We're going to get started. Yeah, I got a 30-second timer getting ready to go. So again, as you guys know, we typically like to start. I warmed up a little bit already, so you can do that on your own. I'm going to do just a little bit of warm up just with the kettle bar, just so that my body just gets used to it. Any differences, any stiffness, I just want to make sure that I'm starting to feel that. All right, so I'm going to do some 45s back and forth. I'm going to put a little emphasis on proximity to the base plate today, just so that you guys can see what happens when you change your proximity to the base. All right, so here we go. We're going to start first off. I'm going to get up onto the base plate. Here I go. Just doing some simple 2-arm rows, strictly just with the arms. I'm running 75 pounds today. All right, I'm going to back off. Again, I'm away from the base plate. All right, I'm going to go back through this, and I'm going to go out in front of the base plate on these next rows. There I go. And now I'm out farther. Now, obviously, I'm carrying a lot more of that 75 pounds because of the angle being way out in front. You're going to do 2 sets again. 2 sets on each exercise. Back out even farther. I'm going to get even lower. All right, my next exercise is I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to be in a neutral stance, pull straight up. So I get half of the movements on one side of the base, half's on the other. Here we go. Single arm. Work the punch. The other side. Here we go. All right, here we go. Back to this I'm doing right hand. Now I'm going to move it on a 45 degree. So we like to call this cross body punch. And I'm going to rotate the shoulder and the hip. Accelerate, decelerate. All right, gonna hit the other side. Rotate that hip and the shoulder come through. Accelerate, decelerate. All right, I'm going to do an arc. Notice where my feet are in proximity to the base. My toes are right about where the base is coming down, the ball and socket. So that's about where my toes are. Pretty neutral. I'm not rotating hips. We're resisting any twist. Okay, watch what happens. I'm stepping out in front. My legs get a little bit more involved here. I'm out in front of the base. Next move is I'm going to back up. And this is where you really start to feel this arc. Now I'm back behind. All right, good deal. I'm going to do a neutral circle. Neutral circle. So again, my toes, the bar is, when I say neutral, it means the kettle bar, the bar that goes to the base, is pretty much staying around the 90 degree. All right, so I'm working in the neutral. I'm not carrying any weight, the bar's carrying all of it. Okay, I'm getting ready to change my circle by going forward. All right, now I'm going to back up and put my feet behind it, and I'm going to do the circle again. I'm doing more of a press on this, whereas when I'm in front, I'm doing more of a pull to bring it back to me. On this, I'm pressing it away. Again, I'm changing up planes. All right, so now I got to change the direction. That's the circle. One direction, now I'm going clockwise. So working out of the neutral. Changing directions, completely different exercise. Try to hold those hips nice and still. They want to dance all over. I'm out in front, hit the circle. Now, remember, I'm pulling it back to me because I'm out in front. So this is a pull circle. Okay, now I'm going to drop back behind. I'm going to do a push circle. Got me breathing. Remember, this is the work capacity. I'm going to stay in that line of work for 30 minutes. No rest for the body. All right, now I'm going to work my figure eight. I'm working out of the neutral, figure eight, neutral. That means I'm basically making alternating circles. Figure eight pattern. But I'm working out of the neutral. The bar's upright when it comes through the center. At the bell, I'm going to go forward. So I'm always going to be in a pull mode. Okay, here I go. Figure eight. Making the circle off to the sides. All right, now I'm going to do the figure eight, but this time, I'm in the push mode, pushing it away from the body. And you get away from the body, it gets harder. Your core has to really secure itself so that you don't fall over. You maintain balance. Good, good, all right. Let those hands rest for a second. Good deal. All right, we're gonna go get some hips. So on the hips, we're gonna be really thinking about proximity again. This time, I'm gonna start with a lot of the pull back up through the hips. So this time, hands are locked out, feet are on base, and I'm pulling through the hips. As gravity takes the weight away from me, the only way I get it back is to drive through the hips. Great exercise for somebody who's got a relatively weak back and you want them to start learning how to flex at the hip. Nice and controlled. All right, now I'm going to go off to the left side. Remember, we like to work at different planes. So now I'm just taking the hip out 45 degrees opposite of the kettle bar. All right, I'm going to take this over to the other side. 45 degrees, hips are going back off now. They're going backwards behind me to my left as the kettle bar is being dropped off by my right hand. Notice the arm is locked. Everything's coming through the hips, just soft bend in the knees. At the bell, I'm going to do the same sequence, but I'm going to make it more advanced by just changing proximity to the base. I'm out in front now. I'm going to lower my hands. I'm going to get even a little bit deeper. All right, going to go off to the left. I like to put one foot back just to secure that base. And now I can really get out low. But again, it's all through the hip. Reach out there. All right, I'm going to go to the right hand side. Get that right leg way out there. Drive those hips back. 45 degrees. My feet are facing forward. So they're not facing the exact same angle that the kettle bar handle is. They're forward. so everything here is work the back side. Now we're gonna work the front side, okay? Let me explain it. I'll give you a 30-second breather in there. So now I'm gonna throw, and when I throw, I'm gonna be throwing out of the front side of the trunk. We just did everything out of the back side, all the way around 45 degrees through the center and to the other side. Now we're gonna throw. I'm gonna not get very aggressive, relatively close. I gotta squeeze my gut and snap the weight up. And I'm trying to drop my head below. Again, I'm not bending the knees, soft bend. Get her going. Now I'm going to do the same basic idea, but now I'm going to put on the left hip and throw it out. And now I'm working the front right side of the trunk. All right, now we're going to do the left side. All right, I'm going to back it up a little bit so it's going to allow me to go deeper when I go to throw. When I start to cycle back over. Even get a little jump out of those feet. I'm not lifting the ball and socket so they come apart. I'm keeping the kettlebell in its natural arc. All right, same idea. Go a little bit deeper off the hip and bring it around. And back to the other side. Really hitting those obliques. All right, good, good. All right, gonna mess with you a little bit. We're gonna do some hip stability. Hip stability. So what we're gonna stand on one leg, all right, and I'm just gonna take the kettlebell and start moving it through circular motion. We're gonna start slow and standing on this one leg. I want you to notice what starts to happen. So go ahead and get ready. Here we go. Here we go. Don't lock that knee out. Your other leg's going to try to counter everything you do. So you just get going. And you just let that foot, you'll feel that knee, you'll feel that hip, all trying to hold you secure. Don't worry about how fast. Just keep yourself secure. Now change the direction. Change the direction of the circle. I'm going to show you something here. What happens, you see this right leg of mine, it's kind of flailing all over the place. I'm going to show you what that leg is actually trying to do to help me. And it's actually allowing me to cheat. All Okay, let's go. I'm going to switch out to the other leg. Same idea. Get yourself centered up and start with that circle. Start small. You're always going to find one leg a little bit more secure than the other. Make sure you're squeezing that butt cheek in. Keep that hip stable. It's the change of direction that makes the stabilizers confused and have to work harder. It's that rapid change. Okay, I'm going to change the direction, the weight, and those little stabilizers, they're having to figure this out. You may not realize it, but you get a lot of things burning. You can feel the arch of the foot burning. You feel the toes trying to grab that floor. All right, feel the hip burning. All right, I'm going to show you one thing. I'm going to go back to that left leg. This time I'm going to pin the right leg down. I'm pinning it. That means I'm going to secure it to the other leg. And notice how I'm not allowed to cheat like I was. Cheating meaning I was using that other leg as leverage. And so now that leg is not able to save me. So it really makes me slow down and really focus. Look at that left leg moving all over, trying to keep itself secure as the weight moves. I'm going to reverse the direction. This is a great balance exercise while it's working at stability. Don't worry about perfection here. You just wake up those stabilizers. You don't lock that leg out. That leg's got to have a little bit of flexibility to help it absorb change in direction. Okay, I'm going to go over to that right leg. I'm going to pin the left leg down. I'm going to start slow. My right leg is my less stable leg. So we're going to try to stabilize, small, little change in direction. There we go. Talk about focus. Stay with it. Stay with it. Doesn't take much. Okay, I'm going to reverse the direction. You can see me struggle on this right leg more so than the left. Good, good, good. Keep the focus. All right, good, good. All right, we're going to do some lateral hip flexion. So in the lateral hip flexion, we're not flexing the spine so much on this one. We're going to flex out the hip. I'm going to turn it from a side view so you can see it. So you can see me actually from the front. You'll see what the hip does. I'm going to start. I'm going to hold weight in the right hand. Maybe I'll slide this over just a little bit. There you go. And so at the bell, I'm going to put very little pressure on the left leg. And I'm going to simply move the hip in and out. All right. And so I'm really having to squeeze that buttocks in to help lift that weight. All right. I'm not bending at the spine. It's the hip going in and out. All right, and I'll flip over to go to the other side so you can see this. Same idea. My weaker leg. And here we go. It's that whole hip. Lifting that weight basically by driving the hip to lift it. Okay, come back, I'll hit the other side. Portability of the base is awesome here. It's all through the hip. Extend that hip laterally. All right, and back to the other. It's doing good. Stay with it. All right, good, good, good. Okay, shake out those legs and those hips. And bring it back to the center. All right. You start working some squat, lunge type things. We're going to work mostly in the half squat, just to help you get some feeling there of what that is. But we're going to work some slow stuff. So don't worry, we're going to get you going. All right, here we go. Sumo type squat. Down slow, hold and up. Down slow and up. Slow and up. Slow and up. Okay, now I'm going up into the toes. Throw that weight forward. I'm going down into that squat, right in through the toes. Just finishing it out. All right, we're gonna go down now and we're gonna hold. Just kind of like a wall sit. Pay attention to what muscles are doing what. You can kind of squeeze that butt in, you'll feel that butt try to pull in. Let those glutes, let those hamstrings take over some of the work. Some of us are just into the quad. Again, I'm not going deep into this right now. Oh yeah, we gotta go a minute. Come on. You thought you were getting out, you thought you were doing 30 seconds. Come on. Come on. Good, good. Holding about 75 pounds on this. It's pretty good angle here, so you're close to holding 75 pounds. Good, good. Oh yeah, we got a good old burn going now. All right. Shake that out, shake it out. All right. We do things twice. Guess what you're getting ready to do? Guess what you're getting ready to do? We're gonna start with a slow squat. All right, then we're gonna go slow squat back up into the toes. Then we're gonna go down into that little wall sit hold. Here we go. Here we go. Work the whole sequence. So when you first start doing it, you're like, oh, that's not a big deal. Well, we're working the whole sequence. Okay, now I'm going down and I'm throwing up to the toes. Down and up to the toes. I want going to the toes to be really what helps me push that weight forward. All right, now we're holding. All right, here we go. Somebody say a minute? That's what I thought you said. Here we go. Doing good. Come on. 30 more. Can you make it? Can you make it? Hold tight, come on. Do what you can do. Got a good old burn going. Getting ready to shake these legs out, man. Here we go. Shake them out. All right, so as if that wasn't enough, we're gonna shake them out, and now we're gonna put that whole sequence together. And this sequence together in dynamic motion is gonna be called the frog throws. The frog throws, where you're gonna see, you hit the squat, you fire up out of the squat, through the toes, and you're throwing that weight with a hop. All right, so here we go. Good, shake it out. Shake it out. Do one more set of those. Little active rest right here. Nobody's sitting down. Active rest. All right, here we go. I come up onto those toes. All right, guys, you got your 30 minutes. Good work. Let's set her down. Gonna pull both pins. And I'm gonna slowly lift. Gonna locate top pin. Shut it up. And locate bottom pin. Put this thing back into storage. Guys, this is a fantastic workout. I use this a little bit more as my hit everything but not crazy hard kind of day. It allows me to hit the ranges of motion with different patterns. Also allows me to get a decent sweat on. Part of what we have to do here is learn to pay attention to what the body's doing and how to move the body through various forms of motion, whether we're going to load it or unload it or change momentum of the kettlebell. So I hope that made sense. That's what kettlebelling is all about. Go out there and make it a great day. Bam.